Hello and welcome everybody to Team Chess Battle 2. I'm your host, Women Grandmaster Dina Belenke, and it is my honor to present you the second match of quarterfinals. Today, on my right, I'm introducing the Team Scandinavian with Chess Chief Officer of Chess.com, Mr. Danny Rensch himself, and Team Scandi International Master, Mr. John Bartholomew, the co-founder of Chessable, one of the largest learning chess platforms in the world. On my left, the amazing team of Oh Yes, My Queen, International Master Eric Rosen, and Youth World Chess Champion, Women Grandmaster Nemo Zhou. Welcome, everybody.
Hey, Dina.
Thanks for having us, Dina.
Thanks, Dina.
Wait,
And
John, by the way.
You're the CEO of Chessable?
Co-founder.
Co-founder. Wow, that's really cool. I didn't know that. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, Nemo, you're now gonna have to test him on the chessboard. And let me start with Danny. You are known as world's worst team partner. This time you decided to change. Last time you played with Anish, now with John.
Apparently, you're taking Anish's opinion that I'm the worst partner.
Well, that's what was written on the article on Chess.com.
Okay, well,
not my words.
I'd like to think that this second team battles might help rectify and right the reputation there. I think anybody who actually watched that match saw what happened. It's a really good example of when you're in a toxic relationship and someone is not listening or validating anything you're saying. That was what happened with Anish.
John, your thoughts about it?
I mean, I'm going to back my partner. Like, I could imagine being on a team with Anish is a bit challenging. He seems like a strong personality. So I'm focused on today. I think Danny and I, we've known each other since we were kids. We have a great relationship. So yeah, I'm ready to show the world what Team Scandinavian can do.
That's right. My teammate.
All
That's my
right.
teammate.
That's exciting. And let me show you the brackets. Just before, on Monday, we actually had our first match where Team Cramlings beat Team Chess Kids. Have you guys caught any of that match?
We did. I did. I mean, Team Cramling, are they not the most adorable thing on the internet, since cat gifs? I mean, seriously, right? I mean, Pia and Anna, it doesn't get cuter than that. I'm rooting for them to win the whole thing, but, we'll see.
What?
Wait,
not.
All right. Looking at the second part of the bracket, you guys still have to pass severe fighters over here. And if you were to face Cramlings, Danny, you would only do that in the finals. Do you think you have the expectation to go that far?
My expectation right now is just about playing chess and getting past Mr. Tricky, oh no, where's my stalemate? And then Nemo Zhou, who checkmated me and then tweeted it a while back. I want revenge for that. Remember that quick casual blitz game we played and you posted the checkmate that you got of me, Nemo? You remember that?
I actually don't, and I'm very sorry.
That's how much it stings, right there.
Okay.
So, no, I mean, jokes aside, right now we're here to play the chess on the board. As Hans would say, we're here to let the chess speak for itself, and then we'll see what happens after that. That's our plan today.
Awesome.
That sounds like an amazing plan.
Have you guys gotten any? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I actually wanted to put you on the spot. Eric and Nemo, just tell us, what are your expectations, your thoughts about this match? Do you think you can take down the boss and the friend of a boss?
We're looking forward to it. We've been training the last few days. Had to buy all of John's Chessable courses and dig through all his Scandi prep. So hopefully our hard work will pay off. But we're just looking forward to having fun and hopefully playing some good chess.
Eric, could you tell us a little more about your prep, if you don't mind? I'd like to know a little more about what you prepared.
Yeah, what courses did you specifically buy?
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't buy any of them, so don't worry.
Outed.
Yeah, but we'll share all of our thoughts once the games get going, and then you can watch it after the fact.
Wait, I'm so curious. How much did you guys practice, if you practice at all?
Our practice consisted of crap talking Anish a lot. We were texting a lot about how much of a horrible teammate Anish Giri is.
Took some of that to Twitter.
We had a quick get together yesterday where we decided to practice some games. We streamed for an hour on John's channel, but that was pretty much it. Real professional level prep going on over here.
I respect it. I'm just saying, I think I like our chat.
Right?
And Nemo, Eric, you guys have been practicing on stream. I saw that.
We have.
A little bit, yeah. We found some worthy training opponents. We took down Nizhnik yesterday, which is long claim to fame. So hopefully we can keep up our team chemistry and winning momentum.
So when you guys were playing, were you like bantering while playing?
It depends. We were sometimes. I think by far it's like harder to focus if the game is a little slower. But Eric is not. Neither of us are like going to be super hyper a lot of the time. So we're just like chilling, chatting.
I was just checking in with you guys because that might be a fair play violation. I mean, we might be about to win this match by forfeit because if you guys were bantering and your opponents didn't know, I mean, that's a pretty big violation. I'm kidding, obviously, but I'm just saying, like, we actually had a long debate and we went live and John is like, aren't you in charge? I'm like, I don't know the rules around here. Are we even allowed to do this if our opponents don't know that we're bantering? So what did you guys decide? Like, what was the call on that?
It was an unrated game, and we made sure our opponents knew. Nemo custom made the challenges. We were on stream, so hopefully we didn't violate TOS.
I'm obviously kidding, but I'm actually we're gonna have to set some ground rules on this because we didn't know exactly what to do either. We were nervous about whether Chess.com's evil fair play team, hate those guys, would kick us from the live server in real time. So.
Aren't you literally like in charge of that, Danny? Aren't you
no one knows
couldn't
anymore.
you get yourself out if it happened?
We actually decided to play rated because it was easier to get games quickly in the pool, but we gave all the rating points back of the unsuspecting, unlucky people that we beat. It was glorious.
Yeah.
So whose rating did you gamble?
I created a new account for it.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay,
it was called Testing with Danny Team Chess. So it was pretty obvious what we were doing right there. It was in the username.
So is the rating getting refunded or like?
Yeah, we refunded the rating.
Okay.
Yeah. No innocent Chess.com users were hurt during this process.
Nope.
Anyway, it's hard to talk trash with Nemo. She's got a cute cat behind her. It's like, what? Is that like just there to disarm everybody you play? And Eric is like, a sweetheart. Like, John, we're just going to have to destroy these folks on the board. I don't even know what else to say.
Yeah, I think so too. We'll have to let the chess do the talking and get it done on the board.
And on that beautiful note, go ahead, Nemo.
I was just asking if you guys wanted to place bets.
What's the bet? I mean,
just literally what like we can put anything like $100 or like dinner next time we meet or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's throw. I mean, I know this is the poker player bringing more stakes to the table here over there with Nemo. I mean, we'll throw dinner down.
Okay, sounds great. Awesome.
Dinner's good.
Let's do it. It's a win-win.
All
the chance of all four of us meeting IRL is slim to none anyway, let's be honest. But let's go.
We'll order you guys Uber Eats. How about that?
Okay, there you go.
Works for me.
Danny knows what to bet for. And on that beautiful note, we have a dinner at stake. Let me send you guys to your corners so that you can discuss a little bit of more strategies. And in the meantime, I just want to remind everybody the format of our event. We are playing the second match of quarterfinals. Lower rated player controls pieces, meaning Danny is gonna try to flag Nemo or vice versa. Teammates can and absolutely should communicate at any time between each other. The time control is 15 minutes plus 10 seconds increment. First to 1.5 points wins the match. In case of a tie 1-1, we're gonna have the Armageddon tiebreak, something that we are all hoping for. But in any case, let me know, guys in chat, who are you rooting for? Who is the favorite? I have to say slightly would put my bet on John and Danny just because of their, high rank in the world of chess. And You can see their beautiful stats. Both peaked above 2400 FIDE rating in the classical chess, although that was a long time ago, and now Nemo and Eric are definitely the online players, but John here, co-founder of Chessable, the author of the famous Chess Fundamentals, that series that were popular before you were born. Same as for Danny and Eric, Rosen, and Nemo Zhou. Nemo is the World Youth Chess Champion. This is just insane. Picked at 2367, my goodness. Eric is the OG of chess content, the original YouTuber out there. Oh no, my queen. I don't know how they came up with oh yes, my queen title, but in any case, he's I am not a GM chess champion 2022. This is insane stats. And on that note, while players are still getting ready, we are actually, we're about to see the moves. So my prediction, Danny has his first hand pieces. I'm gonna see e4. Am I gonna see e4 here? What do you think, chat? Ooh, that's that tough moment.
Which is so much faster.
Because you got to account for a little bit of lag too. That's tough.
Yeah, and so it was hard. We were in a winning position as white against Fabi and Christian, but we got ourselves in time pressure and kind of fumbled the bag. But not today. Not today, sir.
Not today.
I already had one Zhou shot. I got another.
Is that like a wheatgrass type thing, or what is that?
It's like this brand, this Trader Joe's, just kind of like organic juice shots they have.
Nice. Hey.
Cool. Go team.
Go team. Dandinavian. Let's do it, Danny.
Dandinavian.
Dandinavian.
Dude, it freaking rolls off the tongue.
It really does. It's an amazing. Okay, we got white.
Here we go. We're on.
Let's do it, partner.
All right. You know what we're doing.
Bishop G5 as planned.
I just looked at their prep. Yeah, pause in 10 seconds, aren't you, Eric? I should bust it out to a separate window so I can actually see them while we play. Okay. Quick last minute adjustments here.
Yeah, I might have to do that too, actually. That is very handy.
Come on, team viewer. There we go. So now we can put them over here. H6. So this is just the main line that's going on here.
Yeah. So bishop H4, bishop F4.
Both are fine. Which one you want?
I'd say bishop H4.
Done.
Pretty standard. Okay. Yeah. So, I did look at this a little bit this morning, Danny. So we can play either capture on C5 or just E3.
I think E3, unless you like the main line. I'm good. Like
E3 is fine. Just in the event of queen B6, I do know what to do there roughly. So yeah, I think E3 is good.
Okay. Yeah, because that's the main thing is if you don't know what to do with queen B6, but I'm pretty sure it's knight C3, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I haven't looked at this in a long time, but I used to play the Champowski back in the day. Okay. So now we can play C3. Okay.
And we might be able to throw in like G5 with tempo and then bishop G7 at some point. And get some like very strange reverse Catalan.
Yeah, I like all those ideas. I'm also eyeing queen b6.
Yeah, queen b6 also, very typical idea.
Okay.
Which might be possible right away. One of the drawbacks of this line for black is we can't move our e-pawn.
Yeah, right.
So queen b6 does enable eventually e6.
All right, queen b6 now.
Just one moment to calculate. Like dc5, we take on b2. And if queen b3, we probably play c4. It looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm good with queen b6.
All right. How do we play c? Oh, okay, it's fine.
Yeah, so if queen b3.
Yeah. Oh, right now
we can go
play
for c4.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then usually the structure is like very comfortable and have the half open a file, have b5, b4 ideas.
Mm-hmm.
This is very similar to a lot of like anti-London lines. So I've played very similar structures before, but usually the bishop's on f4 and no pawn on h6.
C4.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand what the differences could be. Like there might be, okay, so c4, queen takes b6, a takes b6, and then e4 could be some small concern.
And then e6 there. We're not worried about e5, right? Because we have f6.
Yeah, we trap our light squared bishop in. Like ideally we want to get a setup with bishop f5 and then c4.
True.
But bishop f5 right away, there's dc5, which is slightly annoying. So I don't think we can afford to play bishop f5 here, unfortunately.
All right. Wait, I'm not understanding. Bishop f5, dc5, queen c5,
and then queen takes b7. Oh, then we have rook b8. That's interesting, actually.
Queen a6, we have rook takes b2.
Yeah, that's actually super sharp. Yeah, let's definitely take some time here because this is critical. Okay. Bishop f5. We also have to calculate queen takes d5. But then queen takes b2, I think, should be good.
Yeah, if queen takes f5, we just take the rook, and we're...
Bishop f5, queen d5, queen b2.
Maybe bishop f5, queen d5, queen b2, queen to f5, queen a1, bishop to c4.
Yeah, we have e6. It should be fine.
E6, bishop takes e6, though?
Pawn takes.
Queen takes, and
bishop
then...
b7.
Oh, bishop e7. Okay.
Yeah, b1 is hanging at the end.
Yeah.
So let's just verify one more time. Bishop f5, dc5, queen takes e5, and then queen takes b7, rook b8, queen a6, rook takes b2. Yeah, that honestly looks fine. There's no bishop e5. Everything's defended. I'm good with bishop f5 here.
All right. Let's do it.
And like if
so we can play knight d2, then they'll play c4, and we almost have to trade.
Yes, although that's not terrible because then we can play a3 and, you know.
Well, knight d2, if c4 we trade, we have e4 immediately.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, we can bust up their structure.
So I kind of like knight d2 as a quick move to keep the pressure up.
And there is d takes c5, queen takes c5, queen takes b7. I mean, I think that's worth pointing out as well. I don't know how well that turns out for us.
Yeah, they have rook b8.
Yeah, rook b8, queen c7. I don't know if it's worth speculating on that.
It makes me a little nervous because on rook b2, they're threatening bishop b1 and c3 is hanging.
Yeah. Yeah, I think your knight d2 call is good here.
Let's just do it quickly. I like it.
Yeah.
Keep the pressure. We're up a minute.
Because now d takes c5 is actually a thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so they play it safe. Yeah.
So there's funny ideas too of just voluntarily playing bishop g3 because in queen b6 there's bishop c7 positions that are irritating AF. But
yeah.
And if bishop g3 c4 queen b6 ab e4, I guess they can back up the bishop there because they protected d5.
Bishop g6. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, my instinct here was to trade queens and play bishop b5. Because then we still have some of those ideas present, like bishop g3, bishop c7.
Yeah.
And that pin just
looks like that. Now, if queen b6, ab, bishop b5, rook a5, we're not worried about it. I guess we even just have a4.
A4.
Yeah. Okay, I like it.
Kind of runs with like exchange slob positions where that's just irritating for black.
Let's go for it. We're doing it. We're playing quickly. Now, again, if c4, I think we still have e4.
Yeah.
But yeah. I love the tension, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, we just lean into the tension. I think they're going to go bishop e7, knight f6. I think they got to think about stabilizing now.
If bishop e7, are we just playing bishop g3 and going to c7? I like
probably, yeah. Bishop d6, a little more ambitious.
So what's funny is I wonder if we should put the knight on e2 from the perspective that,
like bishop g3 type things.
Yeah, exactly. If we get bishop g3, we take with the knight, and we have e4 coming at some point. We could also play bishop g3 and invite the trade. They'll probably play king d7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think knight e2 looks reasonable. I'm just seeing if there's anything else tactically that might make sense.
Yeah.
Like that e4 type move. Probably not.
E4. E, yeah, I don't see
F4 even crosses my mind. Probably
F4.
unnecessary.
F4 is interesting, though. It feels like it could be a bit of a madness move. I actually kind of like F4 because it's south G5. If knight F6, I think we're probably taking. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that because E4 might come back to haunt us.
Yeah. All right, let's play flexible then. Let's play knight E2. I'm going to do it without taking too much time because I feel like it's one of those positions where we're still in. There's a lot of different ways to go territory,
sure.
Yeah. So.
And they're just kind of being solid. They might want to play bishop g3 and then trade the darks for bishops.
Mm-hmm. So, in that case, do you want to go knight f6 just to bait it?
Yeah, knight f6, it's a bit more centralized, a bit more, I think, harmonious with the structure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we should take too long there. It's one of these positions that's pretty risk-free for both sides. And I'd be surprised if he takes on f6, because then we have the bishop pair going into some long game.
And if they're planning on castling short, then we have rook g8 and ideas with like f5.
Yeah, and just more center too.
Yeah. Even e5, yep. So if bishop g3, what's our best course of action?
Can you cancel the pre-move just so you see the position a bit cleaner?
Sorry.
No worries. Bishop g3.
King e7, maybe?
Yeah, we could. King e7 is interesting. I'm also just wondering about bishop takes g3.
Bishop g3, knight to g3, though, isn't the knight like basically in stream spot where it gets f3, e4 in?
Yeah, I guess with knight on g3, like f3, e4 is probably the only plan. But I don't know if it's a great plan for white.
Okay.
And then otherwise, the knight's just restricted on g3. And we might have h5, h4.
Okay.
So, I mean, of course, there's options as well. Like, I guess king e7 would be the main alternative. Okay, they castle. So, I mean, we could even induce bishop g3 with g5 here.
I don't know if I love g5, bishop g3, and then takes, because then what do we do on f4, right? Like moves?
Yeah, g5 is a little bit like committal and weakening.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's hold off on g5. And castling still seems quite natural. I don't think we're scared about bishop takes f6.
Okay.
And then our rooks get connected. So yeah, maybe just castle quickly. And this gives us the option of if bishop g3, we have rook f d8.
Yeah.
To keep the tension.
Maybe we'll plan for e5 ideas. Do we?
That's definitely a resource going forward into middle game. And the other idea is to eventually still play c4.
Yep.
And then try and gain space on the queen side.
So
let's take a pause here. Rook d8. If they take.
Rook d8. Knight to g3, bishop to g6. f4. I mean f3.
Yeah, I'm like intuitively, I'm leaning more towards bishop takes g3.
Okay.
Just because like after bishop g3, knight g3, bishop g6, I really don't think e4 is that strong of a plan for them. Cool. The knight is maybe a bit misplaced. So yeah, go for bishop g3, bishop g6. Also, yeah, okay. There's a chance they would take back with pawn, but yeah, I think this is very solid. I mean, this
not the most exciting position in the world.
No. I could be convinced for f4 even still here. I know they have c4 coming, but then we have f5. Oh, wait. Well, okay. It's a little risky with the e3 pawn. But I'm thinking about a dark square grind, you know?
f4, maybe knight e7 starts to make sense for them. Start trying to blockade the f5 square.
And I am worried about c4, knight a7 in some awkward spots.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, we could trade on.
Sorry, but
we could trade on c6 maybe, but that feels kind of lame.
Yeah. I don't know why I like a3 as like ask them what they want to do.
A3, you said?
A3, just to ask them what they want to do. And
yeah, that's probably not a bad idea, Danny.
Let's do it. I mean, it gets
kind of feels like we got to play that move.
It kind of goes like, what's your plan?
Right.
We have h4 coming at some point if we want to go alpha. We have f3, king f2, and kind of, I don't know. I mean,
I like that f4 idea. Like we'll probably want to keep that in mind because that could be a thing.
Yeah, f4 to f5. I worry about knight g4 in some spots. But if it was our move here, what would we play?
If it's our move, I would say probably f4 or maybe bishop takes c6. And then f4.
And what's the follow-up to bishop takes c6? What's the idea?
So trying to play f4 when they don't have that knight e7 response. That's my thinking.
Now we're jiving.
Because I feel like if we play f4 and they get knight e7 in, it's like, what are we doing there?
Yeah, I like it. Good point. I also like a3 more and more now because if we're threatening to take c6 and play f4, knight g4 is met by rook a to e1 with no worries over there.
Exactly.
And then we have we're getting space and we're pushing forward. So
like this is how we're going to try to win this match. We're going to give them these like micro strategic problems that may not even be problems like in actual fact, but they have to work through them.
Yep. I like it a lot. And by the way, if c4, I think we're probably just are we taking c6 and playing f4? Or wait, they have bishop d3 now. Are we taking and playing e4? Are we playing
Let's
e4
think for
anyway?
a moment, because b3 might be an option too, right?
Yeah. Okay, if b3 they take, our c3 pawn is pretty weak at the end of that.
Yeah, although then
if b3 takes, knight a5, I kind of don't like it because they get the rook on the c file.
Knight d2, yeah. Okay, I see what you mean.
Is knight a7 really a worry though? Like, could we play e4 here?
E4 right away. That is
knight
interesting.
a7, we'd have to move the bishop, and then they take e4.
And then they do take, yeah.
But if they take it, they have to take everything with the bishop at the end to avoid losing c4. Although, wait, no, if we take c4 at the end of those lines, they have b5 forking our knight and bishop. So we have...
Yeah, I think either we take on c6 or...
What's the follow-up to taking on c6 now? Is it still f4?
Well, I think if we take on c6, we're just doing it to clarify the queenside situation. In terms of the follow-up, I'm not sure, because bishop d3 is annoying, admittedly.
Yeah.
Maybe we slow jam it with f3 after that, like you were saying earlier.
Because if bishop d3, we move the rook.
Yeah.
And that was kind of my debate about taking c6 or not. As irritating as it is, I'm kind of like, if we play f3 right now, rook a5, we take the knight anyway. They're attacking us. And if they move the knight, we play bishop a4, b5, bishop d1. I'm playing out the scenario. Bishop d3, rook e1. I'm like, we can always kind of go to d3. We can go like trade off the bishop on d3 later. And I wonder if we're not overreacting a little bit.
So you're saying start with which move?
f3.
F3. And then on knight a7?
Bishop a4.
Okay.
And I'm just like, all right, b5, bishop d1, and then what?
Okay. Let's do it. F3 looks reasonable.
Because then we get bishop e2 at the end of a lot of those lines. And I'm kind of like, all right, well, what exactly are you doing here, Bob? What do you do here, Bob?
What do you do here, Bob? Yeah, and then
e8, I mean, we just allow e4, like d6. I'm fine with knight e8 right away. Yeah, I think you can probably play quickly.
Okay. Yeah, because if e4, we just go knight e6, bishop takes, pawn takes, and we like e5 is a gift to us.
Our bishop is so good. It's like one of these Caro-Kann bishops outside the pawn chain.
if e takes d6, we now have a c pawn to take back, and it's just amazing either way.
I'm wondering if there's any argument for knight c7, because in some cases a knight doesn't get kicked with pawn e5, but I think knight d6 is still a bit more useful in the center.
Yeah, I just think with knight e5, we always have knight to f5.
Knight f5, yeah, that's true.
So
okay, yeah, knight d6, and then pre-move bc6. And we might get a pawn diamond. This is a Rosen trophy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. This is my goal. This is what I actually came here to do. I'm just here to farm.
Farm Rosen trophies.
Yeah. I got 3 yesterday, but
which ones?
Connect 5, pawn 12 pawn moves in the opening.
Nice.
And castle after move 40.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking that it might not be worth playing b5 right away because b4 is like actually kind of hard to achieve.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm saying b4 if we want to play b4, it's difficult.
Okay.
Yeah, but our plan might actually be to play b5 and then maneuver our knight to c8, b6, and a4 and target b2.
Like I had this other idea with c5, knight to b5, but I think that might just be a little too ambitious.
C5 to target d4. Yeah, it changes the structure. The issue with that is it weakens d5.
Yeah.
Eventually rook d1. We do have another plan here of rook a5 to b5.
I like that one a lot.
But I don't know how effective it is. Like white plays rook f2, knight f1, and it's hard to add more pressure to the b pawn. So I think I'm more content with starting with b5 and then going for this eventual knight a4 plan. So I really don't see what they're doing here.
Well, how do we progress after we get our knight onto a4? Or if we just don't care, that's also fine by me.
I think we just chill. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm wondering if they want to play f4 here, but
f4.
This might be their one plan is f4, f5.
Oh.
And the shift, or the focus kind of shifts to the king side. So b5, f4. There is a very committal move f5 to eventually plant our knight on e4, but I think the problem with that is we give away the e5 square.
Yeah, and there's also rook e6 right now, which is very annoying.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm trying to evaluate the trade on e4.
I kind of like rook a5 just for the distraction benefit. But because if rook a5 f4 and then we go rook to b5 and they play f5, I guess. Oh, I mean, it's still really not that.
That's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
I was calculating b5 f4 and then we trade everything on e4 and then plant a rook on d5. And it's probably at least equal. I'm not sure if we can fight for a win there.
I was just looking at rook a5, f4, rook to b5, f5, e takes f5, e takes f5, rook takes b2.
And then knight takes e4.
Knight takes c4.
Takes on g6.
F takes.
And then takes on f8, rook e6. It's kind of feels like black loses control there.
We get the a pawn. Yeah, okay.
What about just b5, f4, bishop h7? And
then if f5?
And then what is white threatening? Like, can we just do our, maybe play rook ae8 and then do our knight maneuver?
Rook ae8. Okay.
Let's start with b5. Let's see if they actually play f4.
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably coming.
I mean, that's a desirable strategic move, but it kind of ignores the f4 threat, doesn't it?
Unless they're going to take on e4 in some way, we're missing it because c4 is not weak. But if f4, if everything gets traded and we go to the rook ending, our Are we happy there? Probably, because we're the only ones grinding there.
Yeah. I feel like we could force through F5 pretty quickly there, like G6, G4 maybe. There's no way that's worse for us.
Yeah, I say we just play F4 here.
Let's do it, yeah. Keep the pressure on him.
Here we go. Nemo taking a sip of that massive iced coffee over there, a little Coke.
Oh, I'm not even looking at their cams.
I've got him over here in the corner.
Nice.
Hi in the corner.
Hey.
Love you.
What's up, chat?
Love you. I'm like a,
this is a good first game to play. You know, we got a position that looks good. Probably Black can solve their issues, but they gotta think about what to do.
Yep.
That might be their best plan, Danny, is what you said. Just trade everything on E4 and try to grovel. But it's annoying.
I think it is. Do they really want to allow F5? I mean, I guess they could play Rook A8, and if F5, they're shaking and baking on the E file before taking F5. But maybe there's,
that's a tough plan to stomach, isn't it? They'd have to do some serious jujitsu to try to dodge our pawns coming up.
Yeah. So if they play Rook A8 and laugh in the face of our tension, what is our move? We don't really want to play E5. Yeah, knight. Yeah, the knight moves to F5, and
I mean, there I'd consider your H4 idea.
Yeah,
just get another pawn up,
maintain the tension, push forward a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, if they play, that's a good point. If they go Rook F8, I guess we don't have F5.
Yeah,
that is important.
But you start to look at the position. Okay, this doesn't work, but I want to point out ideas of like if we could imagine our knight on E5 and some of the like. Rook A8, H4, H5, like knight F3, knight E5, and like some of these positions start to get awkward for Black, even if the immediate tactics on E4 work out. You get what I'm saying? It looks a little weird.
Exactly. So they're doing some kind of iteration of that, I guess.
Yeah. If
F5
F5
makes sense.
If F5 and they take E4, we can take E6, take F8, and then take E4, and we're good. If F5 and they take F5. We could take F5, but then they're going to play Rook E8, I think. They're banking on that F5 pawn becoming a weakness.
Yeah, because F5 is definitely critical here for us. No
Is there a quick move we could play to keep the pressure up?
Yeah, so if they take E4 with the pawn, you were going through that calculation, right? We take E6?
Yeah, if F5 takes E4, takes E6, we trade on F8 and then take on E4. And in the end, I think that's good for us.
They might have F5, D takes E4, F takes E6, F5, though.
Oh, that's a funny idea. I like it. Yeah,
that's like a move that they would scheme, right? Like this team, they would see that.
Yeah. Although I wonder if it works. E7, Rook F7, it does work. We have knight H5, but if our knight lands on F4, there's G5 in a lot of positions. So yeah, it makes me not want to go for F5 at all. So how do we maintain the tension then?
Yeah. Like a rook doubling scenario.
Okay, example, like King F2. Just hear me out. King F2, they want to maintain the tension. We get the king to F3. We're actually threatening E5 now. Because then if knight F5, we trade and play G4. And if they play bishop D3, we like put the rook on G1 and the bishop is like stupid. And
uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Emergency. That's not great. My partner. Oh no, my partner. Okay, so here. I'm just gonna analyze on my own. Rook A to E8. Rook takes. Little does the other team know. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if Eric was here, I think we should still be playing Rook A to E8. Okay, are you cool with Rook A to E8 here, Eric?
I'm sorry? Yeah,
are
Rook A8 probably.
Okay. I'm just gonna move it.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm used to my streams used to fire alarm, so don't even sweat it.
I'm not. It's
Oh no. Yeah. Hopefully it's not a real one.
Okay. So we're just maintaining the center. I think knight C8.
Okay. Knight C8, knight B6, knight A5, A4.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm gonna be right back. I'll trust you to do your thing.
Okay.
If there's any big decision, I should be back in like a minute.
Okay. Thanks. All right. Well, good luck to Eric, guys. All right, good luck to me, because now I gotta figure out what we're gonna do. Whew. I'm gonna mute it. I can still hear it, but I got him muted now. My eardrums are also dead. Okay, so I'm gonna play knight to b6, knight to a4, and hopefully everything's gonna be fine. Not a real fire.
I'm having a friend check with
Okay.
management.
Cool.
Yeah.
They see it. I think still knight b6, knight a4.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Okay, so
Now they want e takes, c takes, and then f.
Wow. John's getting some fair play check. You guys probably can't even hear it. Hear me. Okay, John is getting fair play check, so I'm moving fast here.
Hey, are you guys still there?
Fair play check.
Hey, my computer just blue screened. Oh, that's that. Yeah. Give us a moment.
All right, John, I'm going to keep playing. I'm flying solo here. There's no John. There's no John. It's only Dan. He got the blue screen of death. I don't even know if you can hear me, but the show must go on. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh my lord, my eardrums, guys. Whew, it's so shrill. It's mostly the shrill. My fire alarm doesn't sound like that. Oh god. I don't know about doing my own thing. Okay, there's definitely F5 ideas now.
93, okay.
Thoughts on C5? No. Maybe.
I think we want to... Is F5 actually a threat, though?
No, because we have D takes E4. I have king takes, pawn takes, knight takes. This looks crazy for white. I mean, it could work. It's not like...
Mm-hmm. There's a question how to try and improve the position. I wonder if we just play F6 and just wait. And F6 gives us the idea of maybe playing E5 after F5.
Okay. And we can also play E5 regardless. Because the king is still on F3. Okay, F6. Now the only thing I'm worried about is E takes D4. E takes D5. Are we taking back with the pawn, or are we
probably
taking
take back with C pawn?
C pawn.
Or actually, we probably think about it.
I would throw in bishop D3 first.
We might have bishop D3 first. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Bishop D3, bishop takes. I mean, E takes D5, bishop to D3, D takes E6, bishop takes E2 with a check. It's pretty annoying. The E pawn is pretty annoying.
Yeah, it might be a good stack for them. Yeah.
Can't play F5.
Let's take a moment here. We also have E takes might be better, and then we keep the resource open of pawn C5 eventually.
Sorry, you said C takes?
E takes.
E takes knight F5 though?
That's true. Then our knight's misplaced.
Oh, I think we might have to go for bishop D3. and then c takes d5.
But okay, bishop d3, pawn takes e6, bishop takes e2.
Rook takes.
And if white gets an f5, I think we're not in good shape.
Okay.
So what about c takes? Is there an issue there?
C takes, knight to f1, for example. How are we defending e6?
We might have king f7, rook takes e6, and then bishop to e4.
Okay.
Let's go for c takes.
Okay. And there's also the b2 pawn that's hanging if they ever play. Oh, well, now it's not. So,
Yeah.
All right, king to f7.
Let's just verify. Yeah, well, there's also rook fe8, which. But yeah, maybe king f7 first. King f7 first, I think, looks a little bit more attractive.
I'm just worried about knight takes, king takes e6, and discovered attacks, but I guess there's none.
I think everything's defended, though.
Okay, king to f7 then.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, and then I want to defend with rook to e8.
Actually, there's a line rook e6,
Mm-hmm.
bishop e4, knight takes e4, king takes e6, and then knight g5.
Oh, and then
with
there's
knight
knight
e6
e6.
coming. Yeah.
Ooh. It's a pin, though, with rook e8. The e1 rook is pinned.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, maybe it's still okay.
e6, they move the rook to pin. That's the idea. They have a trick here. So if rook e6, bishop e4. If rook e4 takes, rook takes. I've gotten 2 pawns for the exchange.
Hey, Danny, I'm back if you can hear me.
Yo, I got you, man.
Okay.
We're trying to calculate.
Blue screen. I'm sorry.
You're good, man. We're trying to calculate either takes e6 or playing f5 here. I got the knight to d1. If we take e6, bishop e4 check, knight takes e4, king takes e6. I don't see a brilliant discovered check there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And they're going to meet anything with knight e6 with rook e8 and keep the exchange. So we can play rook e6 and then take e4 and have 2 pawns for the exchange, but I was having trouble evaluating that.
Did you look at f5?
That's the other move I was looking at. If f5, everything gets traded, I mean, we could do a number of things there, including like just king f4. Because if g6, then rook e7 check is powerful. And if they trade everything on e8, we take everything and play king takes f5. But I'm not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, that looks risky.
I mean, we could play f5 and take everything, rook e7, king moves, and then rook b7. That's not bad, actually.
And then double the rooks if they challenge?
Yeah. f5.
Okay, let's give it a shot.
You like f5?
We got to make a decision pretty quickly, so let's give it a shot.
Yeah, and I think if we played a slower move, it was unnecessary. So I think this is. Look, I want to get him in a mating. I want to get them in a mating net. Like rook e7. If king g6, is there like a way?
And then we play king g8.
And then bishop to rook to b7.
And then we have rook b8.
Yeah. Rook b8, though, rook e to e7, and then we have to take, and then we lose the b pawn.
Yeah. If we keep going that line, after rook takes b7, we have rook e8, rook takes b5, and then rook e1.
Okay.
Knight moves, rook b1, I think. I think we should start with bishop takes. Yeah, start with bishop takes. Yeah, pre-move. It's also a question if we want to play king g6, but I think king g8.
I think king g8 safer. Oh, maybe king g6 defends f4.
Yeah. Intuitively, I like king g6 a little bit more.
Me too. Okay, let's do it. So rook b7, rook to b8.
So we have.
Yep.
If knight f2, knight b2. No, they have h7 at the end of the line. So do we play rook b7? And if they come after us, we just. Okay, what?
You know, I kind of like that, Danny, because I think at minimum, rook b7, say rook e8, we trade, rook takes b5, rook e1, we can play rook b4.
And we have that rook ending at minimum.
Yes. And I don't think we're ever going to lose that rook ending. We're probably much better there.
I'm with you. Yeah, their 4-on-2 on the king side is not as good as our queen side situation, especially if d5 also falls.
Correct. So, like, our only issue here is the d1 knight, but
if they don't challenge, they're screwed. The other rook comes in, and the 7th ring is falling apart. So rook e8, we just got to calculate. Rook e8 takes, rook b5. Rook e1, let's look at it. There's also knight e3 there to consider, by the way, which looks good.
Yep.
Like, in fact, if knight e3, rook b1, knight takes d5, they take b2, we have knight f4 check in some of those positions, but maybe there's no reason to. Maybe just what you said.
I like the plan of just winning their b pawn.
Rook b4 takes d1, takes a4, right?
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to double. What's their idea?
I think we have to do it. Just come in.
Yeah, what's going to be their answer to that? I don't see what they're going to do.
If they play rook g8, we're just taking g7 and taking b8.
Correct. Maybe they missed that.
Yeah.
I think they're in trouble, Danny. Because that b5 pawn is like the absolute linchpin to their position, right? Because if we win that, rook b4.
Yeah. That knight is just trapped. I mean, if they're not attacking our knight on d1, they're losing their knight almost.
Yep. I think they're going to have to go for rook e8 here, Danny. Yep.
We're just going to go for the line you said. We're taking.
Okay, king f2 is worth considering there.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
But if rook b4 takes d1, takes a4, they attack b2, we defend it. Like, we're in... Oh, man, I should have played king f2. You're right. I'm sorry. Yeah,
king f2 is really strong, but that's okay. I think we're still in a good shape.
Okay, if they go rook e1, should we reconsider anything like knight e3? Rook b1.
Yeah, knight e3 is also...
Right now, to provoke king takes and then rook to e2.
Go for it.
Because if rook to d5, rook e1.
I just realized they were threatening... Oh, no, they're not threatening rook. Or do they have rook b4? I guess rook b4, we can still save our knight.
Rook b4,
Rook b4, rook a8 might be necessary.
Yeah, our knight's a little bit out of place now on a5. I'm not really sure. And then we have to go rook a8. Okay.
You have to. That's a strange move, but they're playing prophylactically.
Rook d8.
Yeah, rook d8. Go for it. If rook b4, we have to play rook a8.
Yep.
But at least our knight's restricted now. King f2 is a little bit weird.
I would go king f5 immediately after if we have time.
Yeah, like if we can get our king into d3, I mean, they probably won't allow that, but that's a
One
dream.
can dream. Okay, king f5.
Go for it. Yeah, now our king is within range of our d-pawn, which is good.
King e6.
I might start with rook d6 to allow for knight b6.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Done.
And if we can start like playing g5, g4, that's another plan.
I actually kind of like our knight on a4 right now, just so they don't get a4 pawn pushes in. But I can see, like, I can put it on b6, and then we can just have it sit there.
Yeah, there's no need unless they play rook b4. Then we can. We still have rook a6 too. And now it's basically 4-on-2 on the king side, so we really want to mobilize our king side pawns.
Okay, knight b6.
Rolling. We got to start pushing pawns. Pushing p.
Pushing p. Okay.
a6. Wow.
I think that's okay. Now knight f2. I'm playing this move kind of fast to just like...
Sure, yeah.
A little pressure here.
Rook b5. Knight b6, rook c5 maybe, I'm thinking. Although we don't have to rush it. King e6.
Ooh, now do we have knight g4? Okay. No.
I
went here just to quickly defend the pawn.
Okay, that's fine. We don't want to give him too much momentum. Let's play h3.
Yeah, I think we got a little passive. That's my fault. We should play king of 2 when I said when you said.
That's all good. How about rook
okay,
b? No, rook b8, rook b6 maybe. H4 doesn't look great.
Do we sit rook b8? Rook b8, rook b6. There's no check. Okay, let's go back to d1. I want to defend and like get our rook active here. If we can.
Line g4 though. I don't know about that. Okay.
No, but I don't think we could stop it anyway. Now I want to play rook down.
We got to watch f3.
Mouse. I know,
f3
but
is
but if
concerning.
f3 takes h3, we get rook h8, and we're good.
Okay. So you want b2 protected?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now either rook d8, and if knight b6, rook d6. I like that. Because if f3 takes h3, we always have knight f2 there. I think.
Okay, let's go for that. d8.
I'm trying to bait him.
They don't find a pass pawn thing though. That would be concerning.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is.
Rook e2, rook e6.
Rook e6.
And if king d2, we take the knight of.
Can't take the knight, king of 2. But we have f4.
Let's go for f3.
Okay.
Yeah, 93. We also have gh3.
Knight f2.
And then like rook g6. Or h2 and then eventually rook g6. But g3, up to you, up to you.
Okay.
I think both look good, yeah. But be careful, knight f2, okay.
King g6?
Yeah, king g6, yeah. King g6.
Right.
If knight f2, we play h2.
Yep.
And we want to play king g5 and just walk our king up, and our rook helps support too.
Rook f6? King f6? King f7.
King f6 probably. King f6, yeah. They're going to play rook g3. Our h pawn is going to be lost. We do have rook e6 though.
Yeah, I'm going to go rook e6. Yep. Oh, I thought about f5, king g5 maybe, but oh well, it's okay now.
f4.
Yeah, f4, king g5.
Yeah, we're still like controlling things.
Yeah.
So rook b6 we can take. And if they take e2, rook takes h5.
I think we should go for that.
Take h3.
And then take h5.
That's right. They do have king g6 there, but at least we're going to be up a pawn.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll play rook h8 and we'll go for the d pawn. Ooh. we can play king c2 now. And guard the pawn. By the way, if they ever take on b2, we have knight e3. So like check, king f4.
Yeah, this looks critical.
If king e3 and they take everything, we have f4 check. At the very least, we're going to. That's not ideal.
We're going to play f4 though. Let's go rook h1.
Rook h1?
Yeah, let's go rook h1.
I agree.
Gotta hurry.
If they take, I kind of like knight e3. And then we have this like rook d1 check coming. It's really irritating.
Knight e3, knight d3, knight takes d5, rook b2, king e3. I don't see anything for them there.
Yeah, if f4 check,
but they have f4.
No, but we can play rook g1 check first. If knight e3, we have rook g1 check.
Good call, yeah. Rook g1.
And then we take.
Ooh, now where do they put the king?
Yeah. Wait, are they going to get mated?
File.
If they go king h4, are we taking f5 or d5? Both are interesting.
I think take f5.
If f5, king h3, rook h3, a1 check, king g2, we get h5.
That's got to be good for us.
I think we take f5, right?
We almost have a mating net.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Okay.
Now here, let's just pause for a second because rook g3.
Now rook b2 is not as lethal. So rook g3, there's king h2. We're still down the pawn. Okay, king h2 only move. And now
knight to f4. Oh no, king to e3.
That might be playable. We have rook h6 as well. Knight f4, king e3, knight g2. Let's play knight f4.
Okay.
Yeah. So king e3, knight g2, and then their king is actually, it's hard for them to escape the checks.
Yep. Okay, so we're also threatening. That means rook to b2 in case they play king e3 or knight g2.
Yeah, rook b2 is still like a major resource because their king has a very hard time escaping.
And we want to play rook b3 potentially.
Yeah, their pawns are potentially weak on the queen side.
Yep. Okay.
A super tricky position. If they play king c2, how do we make progress? Maybe king c2, rook b3. Okay, so they allow h4. We still have rook b2 to include.
Rook b2, king c1. So
and then knight d3 check.
Okay, done.
Yeah, improve the rook first. King e3, knight g2 is mate, by the way. Or is not mate, but probably winning.
Yeah, okay, good call.
They might go knight e2, but at least...
rook g2. Rook g2. Oh, they had rook g2.
Wait a second. So if we go rook g4, what are they doing? I don't see it. Let's play rook g4. Oh, that's what they wanted. Oh
man, we're blundering.
Yeah, knight to f5. Got to do it.
Yep.
Okay, this is going to get weird.
Oh, man.
Man.
I think we have to move the rook down, but we're in trouble here.
Let's just go king c1.
Run away. We have the a pawn.
Which they're going to probably scoop up. But at least then we gain some room to operate.
Because f3 is attacked.
We're not afraid of a4, yeah? We can just take on f3. Yep.
Yeah, hitting the knight and pawn.
Okay, sounds good. King g1?
Okay, yeah, king g1. That's a big threat. King g1 fast. Knight takes d5, h2. They don't even have rook h4.
Yep. If we promote a queen, we probably win. Okay, h2.
Just make absolute sure. Any tricks?
No, I don't see any. h2.
Yep.
Yeah, if knight e3, we just promote.
By the way, we have potential for another Rosen trophy. We queen.
Oh,
they
didn't let us. It was rook, right? A rook, and then you can
we under promote, but then we move our king with checkmate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or the queen.
Okay, good job, Nemo. That was. I'm really sorry. Like I have no control over the fire alarms. So
fire alarms don't bother me at all. You don't understand. I had to deal with so many fire alarms, like during streaming.
I remember seeing clips. Yeah, it's good that you have the experience and composure.
Yeah, they don't even bother me. I'm just like, okay, cool.
That's. Yeah, I appreciate you staying calm because it's probably the least calm I've been in a long time.
Oh.
What a match! Congratulations, team. Oh yes, my queen. Despite everything that was going on, Eric almost got caught in the fire, but yet managed to strike back. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, it was a really interesting game. I'm sorry to viewers who maybe had to listen to loud alarm. I could barely hear myself talk when it was going off, but thankfully we were able to keep composure.
Did you consider for a second to actually get out of the house?
I considered it, but I didn't see or smell fire in the near distance, so I figured that I could spend more time trying to help Nemo.
Thanks, Eric. Really appreciate it. I needed it. It was like a really tense moment too, with Danny and John pushing the end game.
Well, it's funny. We had a crisis on our end too. I was solo there for quite a while because John had the blue screen to death. So I was just playing by myself there in the
We
in the
could
middle
tell.
game.
Could really tell.
For the record, that's when I outplayed you, and I went on this E takes D5 and F5, and you guys got in trouble. And then I think we over finessed the end game.
So what you're saying is John came back and you guys lost the game.
I'm saying that we had a good position, and then together we over finessed. And I'm looking.
Yeah. We over finessed with this King F2 stuff.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm looking at game review right now. That was frustrating.
It was honestly a really tense game. I was extremely nervous about the end game. I feel like Eric was like, here we go. We got this. He was the one that suggested King to H4. And yeah.
Well, at some point, I thought we completely lost the thread with allowing knight e3, knight f5. But I think our king just found a safe place and helped our h pawn.
Yeah, the fact that you had knight g2 was clutch. Without knight g2 towards the end.
We should have taken the d5 pawn after king h4 instead of knight takes f5 check, according to this analysis here. But it was hard. The h pawn was scary, so we were trying to corral it.
Yeah, okay. I see that. We were calculating after knight takes d5 to go for rook b2. So I think that would have made rook b2 check. It would have been a really interesting game. Apparently after king e3, I thought we had f4, but we don't have f4. So we thought it would be.
Honestly, I thought the same thing. Yeah.
Actually, because I'm pretty sure we mentioned that line.
I literally thought it was checkmate.
At that line without rook g. If we hadn't thrown rook g1 check in, you do have f4. But after rook g1 check, you don't. And so, yeah, if we take d5 right away, then rook b2, king e3, f4.
Whew.
Yeah, I don't know what the engine says, but I think the whole king f2 plan, Danny, we should just not have gone for that.
The engine agrees. King f2.
I think we should have just played rook b4 and made them play that rook ending.
Yeah. That's what the confusion.
That looked pretty miserable for black.
It still likes white if we had taken d5 there instead of f5 check. So,
was king f2 on the previous move just winning?
No, it actually likes rook takes b5. It says that whole straightforward plan of rook b5, rook f4 was. We should have stuck with it. That was our initial idea.
Yeah, we got too cute with it.
We got too cute.
Danny, any adjustments for the game 2?
We're gonna try to win.
No, I mean we're gonna win. That's the main thing we're gonna do. That's the only adjustment we need to make is not losing. I mean that's the big thing.
Hopefully keep our computers up and running. And
wait, what happened, John? Your computer just died?
It just blue screened.
Oh,
so I had to reboot, but that definitely wasn't the reason why we lost.
Are you saying there's another reason you guys lost? No, I'm joking.
We did. Yeah, we misplayed that ending. That's for sure.
Yeah, we misplayed that endgame.
You guys played well. You took your resources when they came up.
Whose idea was it to play bishop g5 on move 2? We were not expecting that opening.
It was kind of a team decision. I suggested that Trempowski is a fun surprise weapon, and John said, "Yeah, let's play it even if they play d5."
I see.
We shouldn't give away too much prep, though. There could be an Armageddon.
That's true. Ooh. That's true. We won't say the other things we had planned in case we do get ourselves to an Armageddon.
That's right.
Well, guys, knowing that you both have some secrets and strategies over there, how about you take a quick moment to refresh yourselves before this second game?
Yes, please.
Sounds great.
We'll be back.
Thank you, Hikaru.
All right, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
I'll be back too.
And on that note, before we get into the game 2, I do have to remind you to subscribe to the Chess.com stream on Twitch to unblock brand new emotes for every event and exclusive break time content during the show. Your sub makes events like this possible. Use the command subscribe in chat now to level up. Game 2 of Team Chess Battle 2 is coming up after this short break. Stay tuned.
Hey, we got white.
Here we go. We're on.
Let's do it, partner.
All right. You know what we're doing.
Bishop g5 as planned.
I love the tension, baby. I love the tension, baby.
Yeah, we just lean into the tension. I think they're going to go bishop e7, knight f6. I think they got to think about stabilizing now.
And castling still seems quite natural. I don't think we're scared of that bishop takes f6.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Rook takes b5, and then rook e1.
Do this. This is going to be crunch time, so.
G2, rook G2. Oh, they had rook G2.
Is it too much in this game?
Yeah, we did. We tried to finesse it too much. We had it.
Time to resign.
E3, we just promote.
By the way, we have potential for another Rosen trophy. We queen?
Oh.
Nah, they
didn't let us. It was
say,
rook, right? A rook, and then you can
we under promote, but then we move our king with checkmate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Got to go to the end and see.
I think probably the king f2 thing. I maybe got us off track with that. And then knight f2, we start playing too passive.
+1, I set a Puzzle Rush record. I got 60 and I should have had 61. And I think that's recorded in the Zoom call, so I'm going to want that footage.
I am deeply offended by your pawn eats pawn rule. I think that sort of thing is cannibalism and must be stopped. Let's have a Zoom discussion about it.
And he includes the Zoom link. I love it. Can we open that now?
Oh,
is he there?
God.
That'd be great.
I love the tone of that. Like it's cannibalism. Let's have a Zoom discussion about it. Here's a link. Like that is so good.
I was sure that was going to be an en passant ticket. You know.
Yeah, I
right
thought
up
when it
until
started.
Cannibalism. Yeah,
I thought we were ready for en passant. He took us down a deep, dark world of cannibalism, and here we are. And by the way, I hope he's not waiting for us on Zoom.
I wasn't even swearing in a mean way. I'm Australian. It's how we talk.
Crikey, wallabies walking about. I'm actually with him on that. Have you ever talked to an Australian? They drop an F-bomb like literally every other word.
and I think, one of the things we've actually are working on now is that friend chats have a different filter. So that if you're playing a friend, you can actually engage in some fun trash talking. So that is something we realistically are looking at, because people deserve that experience if they want.
Sean McCoy bringing the knowledge. Didn't even know that was a feature. I love it. This is the 1 hour chess lesson you could take to make sure that you have all the starting tips, strategies, and basic understanding to really be ready. By owning the D file, White can do anything that he or she wants. If you don't understand what to do here, you might move the queen to safety on c6 and immediately lose the first lady to bishop to b5. King on the 6th, pawn on the 5th is a winning king and pawn ending where no matter what black does, we are going to be able to bring a new queen to the board. You can also skip the parts that maybe you already know how to move the pieces or the language and jump in at a level that's appropriate to you.
everybody, to Team Chess Battle 2. We have just finished the first game, and Team Oh Yes My Queen is currently leading the score. Eric, do we expect the game to a little bit more quiet?
I hope so, yeah. Not only sound-wise, but also position-wise. I mean, a draw will clinch us victory, so hopefully we can be solid and not give them any hopes of moving on.
So what happened? Your fire alarm went off? I missed the memo on that.
The fire alarm went off, yeah. It was going for, I'd say, a good 10 minutes, but it was a pretty bad 10 minutes. But I had to make sure I didn't succumb to the fire.
It was making sure the guy I called to do that took care of the job. That's all. Looks like it didn't work. But apparently he did what I asked him to do. No, I'm kidding. All right.
You guys ready? Okay.
I mean, we're ready.
We're ready. Yeah, let's do it.
We got black in a must-win situation. It's not ideal, but we'll figure it out. Looks like Nemo's cat's having a snack.
Yeah. He's trained me so that whenever he sits on this chair, I give him a treat.
Let me send you back. Enough talking. Time to play moves. Good luck, y'all.
Let's do it.
What do you think, Chad? Who is gonna win this one now? Well, Team Dandinavian is in a must-win situation, and they have black pieces. Let's see how the game goes.
Are you sending us good luck?
Okay. All right. E4.
Yep, let's do it.
C3. Have to resist the muscle memory urge to play knight f3.
Keeping my fist clenched so I don't accidentally autopilot.
Exactly. Yeah, it's good they're pausing here because they're probably debating between d6 or b6 or knight f6 or d5. So
yeah, makes sense. What were we playing against Ilya yesterday?
We played the Smith-Morra move order, but we could transpose into our game with Ilya if they play knight f6 here.
Okay, because knight f6 we play e5, d4, right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, e5, knight d5, and then either d4 or knight f3. We'll decide.
Cool.
I was actually a little bit concerned that they maybe saw our game with Ilya and then would prepare this line, but
seems like they did not.
Seems like they didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody went spying on the other team. It's kind of funny.
Right. I imagine they might try and play a line that we know or that they know we wouldn't be able to predict. Mm-hmm. Like Danny almost exclusively plays d6. John has mostly played b6 here, both of which are dubious lines.
Oh, yeah. I remember you mentioning the b6 stuff. That was very sketchy.
Like, I really don't know what to expect. Like, they might just go with d6 and try and have a long game where white's slightly better.
Yeah.
Knight f6. So e5.
All right.
And now I actually prefer starting with knight f3.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Don't pre-move d4. Don't even click the d-pawn.
Don't even click the d-pawn. Okay.
There is a line. Okay, so with d6, I'm pretty sure d4 here. Yeah, just d4.
All right. Yeah, I don't play that Lapin at all, so I'll jump in during the middle game.
Yeah. Now, honestly, I didn't review like most of the theoretical lines stemming from this, but it's probably not fresh with them either. Mm-hmm. So we're probably both going to be in like new territory pretty early, similar to last game.
C takes or bishop c4?
C takes.
Okay. I'm a big fan of like knight c3, but
okay, I'm happy to see e6 because this is the one line I looked at recently.
Nice.
We played bishop c4 here.
Okay.
I was preparing this recently for Kostya Kavutsky in an over-the-board tournament. And yeah, it can branch out a bit later. Usually black will play like bishop e7 and castle and then decide where to put the pieces.
Right.
We're going to castle here. And now I'm pretty sure queen e2.
Queen e2? All right.
Yeah. Like, I only started looking at the
A6 is possible. B6 is possible here. Knight C6 is the most obvious move, obviously.
There's a lot of scenarios where they go bishop d7, bishop c6. Probably not the best, though, in this exact position.
I kind of like that fun idea. Bishop d7, bishop c6. It's probably not the best in this position. Blitz game, I'd probably play a6 and avoid knight to c6 lines. But I also really like bishop d7 as just a... I mean, they'll take d6 and go for knight e5 in a lot of those spots.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if they go for some scenario where they take on d5, how we want to best position ourselves to try to win. Mm-hmm. They might just end up playing queen e4, though, like the queen e4, bishop d3 plan, you know?
Yep. Yeah, if bishop d7, queen e4, bishop c6, bishop d3... We can play g6 in those positions. It's not the end of the world, and it's kind of a risky... Maybe we should bait them into that.
Just to get something
play
sharp.
g6 and, like... I would love for them to go for an attack on the king side and for us to get some counterplay on the queen side, but...
Yeah, just to force them to some decision. So bishop d7, queen e4, bishop c6, bishop d3, g6. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. It's definitely risky, but we might go down in flames, but let's try it.
I think more likely than not, they'll actually take d6 here and go for like 95 stuff, but we'll see. But it's okay. I mean, it also isolated queen pawn commitment. We can play knight c6 there.
These positions all kind of run together in my head.
What? Yeah, they do. And
know what I mean?
We're going to have to grind out a little bit of a small chance, to try to win here.
Yeah.
That's all right. Hey, we were there. We played a great game last game. We survived some blue screen, and we got a little cute.
That's right.
One game at a time, baby. Easing the tension,
One
baby,
at a time.
like Joe would say.
Plenty of chess to play, and that's why we shouldn't get too desperate after a move like c3. Like, yeah, it's a good choice by them, but we still got a full chess game.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm glad we didn't go for the stuff that I would normally play because I'm sure there was some prep there, and there's some really funky lines. Yeah, I kind of thought they would do that.
But I don't know if the pawn really does much on e6.
E6 is definitely a resource. Yeah, if they play bishop c6.
Yeah, so which is why I might think that they're actually forced to play bishop e6, and if they're forced to play bishop e6, it's probably better for them anyways because they get knight c6 in, so bishop e6 is more likely.
It is a bit more harmonious, yeah. Okay. So I think bishop f4 probably makes the most sense.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah.
And then knight c6 is going to be... Oh, if knight c6, we have queen b5, maybe?
There's options, yeah. We probably want to slow down here a little bit.
Right. Then there's d takes e5.
I kind of like the idea of putting the rook in the center.
With rook d1, fd1?
Yeah, it's a question like where rooks want to go, because we might want to play rook ad1, rook fe1.
Yeah.
E5 might be a bit more valuable. I guess black wants to play rook e8 and maybe pressure our queen.
I would like to start with rook ad1 then, just so we're threatening queen b5. But I don't know if it's that important.
Yeah, I lean more towards rook ad1 as well.
Okay.
Can start with it.
Yeah.
And it makes it so if black ever takes on e5, then d file opens in our favor.
Yep, this too. So if queen to b6, for example, we can always take on d6.
Yeah, the queen is tied down to the d pawn, so it's a little bit awkward for black to deal with the pawn tension. It might be worth throwing in h3 at some point, just ensuring that there's no bishop g4. But for now, the bishop is tied down to defending d5.
A lot of being tied down.
Yeah, it's...
so queen b5?
Queen b5, yeah, it's... I'm trying to like wrap my mind around this move, so...
Oh.
Because we're threatening... What are we threatening? Knight takes e5?
b7 and knight takes d5.
And if a6?
Queen takes b7.
Knight a... Oh, yeah. And then a... Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's super interesting.
Maybe a little... No, queen b6 we can take and then... Oh, we don't even need to take. We can just take on d6. Never mind. So queen b5, if d takes e5, for example, we have d takes e5.
That's a good structure.
And the d-pawn hangs just straight up.
Yeah, that's true.
Win next move.
Yeah, what do they do against queen b5? Like, if they defend their b-pawn, like rook c7, we take on d5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm good with this if you want to go for it.
Okay, I'm just going to calculate one more line. Queen b5, a6, queen takes b7, rook to b8. We just take the knight.
Queen c6, right.
Yeah, there's no getting trapped there.
I don't think they can afford to lose b7.
And if queen b5, a6, queen takes b7, knight to a5, we just take on a6. Yeah. Okay. I'm playing queen b5.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm not unhappy about this. We can just take on e5 here, right?
They take with the d pawn.
Okay, but then... I mean, I would think at minimum something with d4 is going to give us chances there.
I was also looking at bishop g4 here.
Right.
But they can take d5 with the queen.
If we take e5, they take with the d pawn. Let's say we play d4. I mean, they can take on b7, but that's already getting a little weird after bishop g4. I feel like that's a dream scenario for us if we're trying to win.
Yeah. And if we take e5 and they take like with what, like the knight, then we're just going to defend b7.
Yeah, maybe even knight a5 potentially.
I was going to say, we're going to move like knight a5 because if they play b4, c3 falls.
I like that. Yeah, let's take e5.
Agreed, Town. Population.
Okay. And then
they might actually go for this d4.
Yeah.
But okay, let's say d4. We take on b7.
Yeah.
And what are we scared of?
If knight to a5.
Knight a5, queen e4.
And then bishop to c5. Our queen's getting
pawn. I said queen e4.
Oh, queen e4. Queen e4.
Yeah, so queen takes b7. And we just leave the pawn on d4.
And then go queen e4. Oh, bishop c4, but then we can take with the tempo on d4.
Yeah. I don't think knight a5 is causing us much issue.
Okay.
But we should definitely slow down because, I mean, it's very committal to take on b5.
Yeah, b7.
Like, what else?
What if they just sack with queen c7? And then we just take rook takes and then knight takes. Oh, I mean, we're up.
Yeah, we're
pawns,
up 2 pawns. Yeah, I guess. Okay, so queen takes b7, queen a5 might be their idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see
and
that.
Then, but okay, so after queen a5, we take on d4 with our knight, and then black's whole position just crumbling.
Rook c7. Oh no, we have queen b5.
We have knight takes e6 even.
Oh god, yeah, okay. Not a problem.
Queen b5 also a getaway square. Yeah, I think we just take on b7. Like,
oh, what about queen b7, bishop c4 first, and then we have to go rook e1.
Oh, and then rook c7.
And then rook c7.
Okay, yeah, we don't want to have to say, "Oh no, my queen."
Yeah,
that's a good point. I mean, even that line, we oh yeah, it's maybe slightly problematic. Okay, so queen takes b7, bishop c4 is like a critical thing. Can we...
okay, maybe thoughts on knight e4, knight d6?
I'm just gonna. I'm still looking at queen takes b7, bishop c4.
Okay, I'm gonna look at it.
So yeah. There's also knight e2.
Yeah, I really like knight e2. Probably knight e2 is maybe a6, queen takes b7, there's bishop c4 still. But I guess then we have knight e takes d4, and then
we'll have options, yeah. Even like after a6, queen d3 is a safe move.
Okay.
Knight e2 might be safer. The queen takes b7, bishop c4. I'm not seeing an easy solution.
Yeah. And if knight e2, knight b4, for example, we can always take on d4 with tempo.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm just making sure we don't.
Threat.
Yeah, I'm just making sure we don't fall for any bishop c4 stuff. Seems okay to me.
Yeah. Do you want to go for knight e2?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Knight e2. This is the line in which I was looking at bishop takes a2, but it's
opportunity for us here, Danny.
Yeah, so candidate moves quickly. Bishop takes a2 is a candidate move.
Yeah.
Even queen to b6 is a weird candidate move if the queens come off.
Exactly. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Bishop g4 has to be considered here. It doesn't work because they're taking with the rook, like at the end of the line. Like knight takes, rook takes. Our queen has to move, and there's okay. Just making sure we're not.
Even a move like queen c7 might be a candidate here.
Oh yeah, still bishop c4. Everything bishop c4.
Yeah.
Queen c7, knight takes, and if rook takes, we just play bishop takes a2. They have e6 at the end of those lines because the bishop is actually defended.
Oh, rook takes, we still have bishop c4, right?
Oh yeah,
rook on f1.
Oh yeah.
But queen c7 feels kind of wrong. Like it doesn't.
It feels wrong, but then we're going to play a6 next.
But our pawn on d4 might eventually be hanging.
I agree, but I think the dynamic pressure there is like, I mean, we're playing a6, the queen's moving back, and we bring the other rook to d8. If they take it, they're just opening up. I mean, it just feels like there's knight to b4 in a lot of positions. I mean, so so a6 doesn't work. If a6, queen b7, bishop c4.
Yeah, then I think they can play knight f takes d4. I think knight f takes should work there.
Yeah, there's no knight a5. The queen e4, right?
I mean, queen c7 is kind of appealing. I'm just not sure about rook c1 in reply.
But I would love to just play like a6. Where's the queen go?
Queen a4?
e3? I mean...
Well, I guess there's bishop g4 too. Well, maybe not. Bishop g4 is less effective when the rook c1. Okay, let's think. We don't want to botch this decision. I mean, there is our bishop takes a2 idea. Did we ever find anything wrong with that?
I don't know, because if bishop takes a2, by the way, if they take on d4 twice with the knight, we still have bishop c4. If they take d4 and take with the rook, we have queen to b6.
I'm not sure about that endgame.
Yeah, but we've got the bishop pair. I hear you. We can also just take, and if they take with the rook, we can play queen to c7. Because if they play e6, we can move the queen to like c6 or something, and taking f7 is not a big deal.
I don't know. It somehow doesn't feel quite right.
I agree. It's a little. It feels spicy.
It's like we're missing some key move here. We know this position's good, but we're missing some motif.
Is queen a5 an idea at some point? So queen c7, you don't like what?
I thought rook c1 there is maybe what they would do. I don't know though. Maybe we should just play it. I think we're already burning a lot of time. Let's just make them find something. I think we have options on rook c1. That's not the most terrifying move.
Yeah, and I like that it keeps the tension. We definitely took a lot of time there.
Yeah, we did. That was probably my fault. We were hemming and hawing there. This is what I do in my videos, Danny.
Yeah, b3. I'm a little bit scared about a6.
Yep, I see it. Okay, what about just knight e takes d4, knight takes d4, rook takes d4? Oh no, bishop c4 still.
Yeah, I was calculating, is there compensation? Rook feels very close to being very good.
Okay, knight takes, bishop here. Pawn to e6 does not work.
Like, we want to play b3. So b3, a6.
Only move
queen
is
d3.
queen. And then knight to b4.
Knight b4, queen d2.
d3?
Bishop could be d3. Yeah, it looks ugly, but if we get in, like, if we move our knight, let's say knight g3, and then go for a3.
I was even looking at knight d4 just to get that bishop off.
Oh, knight d4 also. Yeah, that. Okay, so let's repeat the line. b3, a6, queen d3, knight b4, queen d2. Because we're always threatening to take on d4, and if black plays d3, we play knight e d4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks uncomfortable for a moment, but
we are threatening a3 directly next move.
Is a threat.
And then we're also stopping bishop f5 to defend the pawn.
Yeah. I'm okay with it.
Okay, I'll play it then.
Okay.
I'm just making sure our queen doesn't get trapped anyway. Like, is there any knight b4 first?
Knight b4 immediately. Then we take on d4. We have the e2 square.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's slightly risky, but if we just weather the...
That was their thing. They're like, let's just play b3.
Well, I want to take care of that c4 square.
So we can play a6. We can play rook d8. Do we have bishop g4?
Bishop g4 is still an option, absolutely.
They have e6 because the knight defends the bishop.
What do you think about a6?
A6, queen a4?
At least then we still have bishop g4 as an option if we want.
And if e6, then just queen b6. Yeah, I like that. We're doing it. I think, okay. Yeah.
Oh, also queen a4. Maybe. Okay, yeah, they didn't even play it.
So now we have knight b4.
Ooh,
by the way.
By the way.
I mean, if we play knight b4 and they take d4 and we take a2, like that's what we want with the bishop pair. Things are getting spicy AF.
Yeah, because the d pawn looks kind of like dead weight. I feel like they're spending a lot of time trying to corral that pawn.
I think we should just go knight b4. If queen d4, knight a2.
Let's do it. This is where we got to kick it into gear on the clock too. We got to put them under pressure.
And it just dynamically, the queen, rook doubled, the bishop.
What about there's like knight d5 maybe?
Yeah, knight d5 I don't think is so much of a concern because we take on d4 and our bishop's defended.
Cool.
D3 still maybe seems to be critical. But yeah, let's say d3, knight d4, rook fd8. But like a3, we're going to have options with a3. I guess a3, knight d5, and our queen is tied down. So let's say knight d4. Probably just start with knight d4 and then think later.
All right. Knight d4, queen c3 as well, maybe.
Yeah, but black doesn't have a immediate threat there, so we'll have options.
Okay.
Might even be able to take in bishop d2.
Yeah, so if knight to d5, for example, we can just go bishop g3.
That looks like the most solid, yeah.
And then if knight c3, we have rook to c1.
I guess black still stirs up some initiative.
Yep, that's for sure. But they're running a little low on time, so we should just also be like really careful and make sure they don't.
Yeah. We've done a nice job like giving them a lot of difficult decisions to make.
Yeah.
So, and it's still not an easy position for black to play. Another resource. Okay, never mind. I was going to say bishop g5 is a resource to consider at some point.
What about just a3? Because if a3, queen takes, rook a1, isn't the queen trapped?
Wow. That's a great point. Is a3 winning on the spot? Wait. a3.
Seems too good to be true.
Let's take it one move at a time. a3, queen takes a3, rook a1. There's no counterattacks. There's no safe squares. That looks good. And if the knight... Okay, so if knight moves to c6, we take on c6.
And then we take on e7 with tempo.
The in-between move.
Yeah.
What does black do? I say we take another minute, just making sure, but it looks winning. a3. Queen takes... And a3 is easy to overlook because you assume a3 hangs a pawn.
This is once again one of those bullet moves that are just like...
Yeah, a3. I'm just looking for any way for black to like fight. And then leave the knight, but take the knight. Bishop takes b3 doesn't work. Rook c2, we play knight takes c2. So a3, knight c6, we take on c6, or queen takes d2, knight takes e7. Yeah, it's just completely winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for a3. No need to pre-move.
Yeah, true.
They have rook a1.
Okay, we missed this.
We totally missed this.
Are we just losing? We might just be losing.
Rut-row.
Rut-row.
Let's not let our emotions betray our surprise.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that was bad that we missed that.
Trying to figure out some sort of tactic.
That's a bad one because we don't even have a way to make it kind of complicated.
Yeah, we have to give up the knight on b4.
Yeah, we're going to have to give up a piece for very dubious compensation. Do we give up the queen? Take rook a1.
No, it doesn't look.
What do you think?
I think we're screwed. I think if rook c2, they can take b4, so it's not even funny.
No, it's not.
I was so excited about that exchange sack idea.
Yeah. Okay, I'm looking at queen takes a3 and just like some version of a sacrifice there, like probably take on a1 and hope for the best in that scenario.
Take a1 and then play bishop d5 and keep the bishops.
Yeah, there's like knight f5, but we're going to have to muck around, aren't we?
We're in big trouble. Queen a3, rook a1, take, bishop d5, knight f5, bishop c5. I mean, like, all they want to do is trade and corral that d3 pawn and it's over.
Yeah, let's just take a3. I think we got to.
Okay. Well, there goes our team chess battle chances, bro.
Yeah. We go down in flames together, buddy.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so
I don't think we just got to take A1.
Yeah, let's take A1.
Yeah, not good. Bishop D5 or Bishop G4. I just want to
Okay,
keep.
so we can play Rook FD8 maybe.
Okay, I got it. Yeah,
Take Bishop G5. At least like Rook C2. Rook C2 doesn't work. Okay, we're pinning all our hopes on the D pawn, right?
Yeah, we're all in on the D pawn here.
For sure.
Which again makes me think if instead of D3, Queen A5, they don't have the A3 trick there. So you were right. I think D3 was I think I lost us the match on D3, bro.
No, I talked us into Queen A5. That was we just both straight up missed A3.
Rook C2. Okay, it's Rook C1. Sorry.
I was just looking at Bishop C5, but then I think we can play Rook takes C5 and Queen takes B4, and C1 is covered by our bishop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we should probably give some luft, as you like to say, H3 soon.
Right. But. Yeah, we just want to simplify, make sure there's no funny business.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm wondering about Bishop G5, but there's definitely options here.
What if we just took on C8 and played H3, for example? Because if there's ever Rook C, the only worry I ever have is like if Rook C2, Knight takes, Pawn takes, there's like Rook D1 ideas, and if they only have one Rook, they can't do it.
Right. So Rook takes C8, Bishop takes F3. You want to take with pawn?
G pawn, yeah. But I was also thinking maybe Rook C8, Knight to E1.
That's also possible. Yeah, Knight E1 actually might just win the pawn.
Yeah, because if E4, we just have F3. Well, might not win us the pawn.
E4.
Yeah.
We could also... I say, yeah, we probably start with Rook takes C8.
Okay.
And then we still have options. Wait, so Knight E1, Bishop E4, and then F3, Bishop moves. It's not easy to win back the pawn.
No, it's not. But we're going to run into Bishop E4 regardless.
I'm wondering if it makes more sense to play H3.
Okay. H3, Bishop E4. Just go.
Or can we start with even like Queen? I was thinking Queen E3, but...
Queen E3, Bishop C5.
Yeah, maybe not. I'd much rather have our bishop on D2 than queen on D2, but...
yeah, same.
So Knight E1, Bishop E4.
Thoughts on Queen D1? Bishop queen D2, D1, and then just trying to take the... Knight. I mean, we have to play H3 at some point, but...
Yeah. I kind of like that. Yeah, it's weird, but... Queen D1, Bishop D2... I think our bishop is just happy there, and then we have a good blockade.
Right. Okay, Queen D1.
Okay, Queen D1.
Want Bishop D2 optionality.
We should play Bishop E4.
Bishop E4, yeah. Looks as good as anything else. Let's do it.
I'm doing it.
Yeah. If they show a little hesitancy, like this is not over.
Wow, I just spilled a bunch of water on my desk. LOL.
We could maybe try to maneuver our knight to C3 in some case.
Okay.
Black might play knight D5. And then maybe... I mean, our bishop is always going to be restricting the knight. Except, okay, here's...
This poses an interesting question of whether or not we want to take.
Yeah. I don't think we do.
I think we want to play h3.
Just h3, yeah. Like, what is black threatening?
I don't.
Do you want to go for h4? Your other idea just allows for more kingside play.
Well, h4 right now, there's knight takes d4, knight takes, bishop takes. But I guess we don't
G4.
care.
Yeah, I think the h pawn is more of a weapon.
Yep, I agree. Because it'd be really cool to get h5, g4 in potentially, and then f3, and then the bishop is gone from that diagonal for good. But I guess they always have h6, so
yeah,
it's hard to get the bishop.
Can you
back.
cancel the pre-move? It's just easier for me to see the position.
Yep, absolutely. Okay.
Okay, bishop c5. So
we have knight to g5.
Yeah, that's a move. Also wondering, like, just being safe and playing takes on c2, queen e2. I know, like, black's pawn is on c2, but our bishop's always covering c1. But, okay, knight g5. If they take on d4, that's fine. There's knight e2 check, king h2.
Oh, maybe king f1.
Or king f1, yeah. That's true. I'm good with starting with knight g5.
Okay.
And also, yeah, if bishop g6, we have h5.
Yeah.
So it might be hard for them to actually keep the bishop defending the pawn.
I just want that bishop out, for sure.
Also, in the line where they take on d4 and we take on e4, our knight defends f2.
Oh, okay, cool. So h5 maybe?
Let's just make sure. h5.
If bishop takes, we try and checkmate. Yeah.
Yes. So they take on d4, we take on g6, we activate our queen eventually. Looks pretty good.
Okay. So in this line, for example, knight takes d4,
takes g6, knight e2 check. We got to do it. We just don't have a lot of time. I mean,
yeah. So are you going to play knight e2 check right away, or are you going to hold off on it?
I think we should play knight e2 check, because if not, actually, whatever's fine.
Let's think for a second.
I thought knight e2 check, if they move the king to the h file, I got excited about like rook c6 and mate. No kidding. Yeah.
I think we should hold it for a move. H takes.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like bishop e3 is probably good here, but well, okay. I mean,
they're trying to corral the d pawn.
Yeah. Bishop e3, knight e2, because if king f1, we can take e3.
They could take d3. So
does that work?
Oh, no, not because we check and then take g5.
They're not going to mess with that.
Now we have knight e2 if we want.
Which I feel like we kind of have to play, right?
Yeah. And then we should probably go either bishop d4 or bishop a3. Ooh, I like bishop d4 now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Just to kind of poke and prod.
Just poke and prod.
That's true.
What about just bishop e3 now? What are we afraid of? I don't see it.
They take on e5. We play.
Oh.
I think it's worth giving away the pawn and then playing f4. We could also start with e6.
Okay. Is it crazy to play knight g3, bishop e5, and f4?
That's interesting. If we're going to go for something like that, I think I prefer bishop e3 first. Let's just calculate. Bishop e3, bishop e5, f4. And then
knight takes?
If knight takes, we take, and then g3.
G3, rook c2? Okay, yeah, just king h3.
We're hitting the bishop. As long as we win the pawn, we're not going to lose.
Okay.
So bishop e3
bishop
first.
e3. Okay.
But yeah, you mentioned earlier, we have to watch out for rook h8 as a threat. The knight e2.
Yeah.
But they're not threatening it.
Yeah, so bishop e5, f4. What if bishop takes? Bishop takes, knight takes.
Bishop takes, and then g3 I think is fine. They do have rook c2, but king h1, and once their knight moves, yeah, it should be fine.
Okay.
Okay, so takes, and then
g3.
And we're winning the pawn, right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
G3. Okay. Rook c2, and then we go king to h3. Rook c1, we just take. There's no checkmate.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Honestly, this probably not the best technique from us, but we're getting the job done. It's so nice having draw odds.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably try and win this and farm some rating.
Oh my gosh,
although
we
this
had
might
queen
be
g4
unrated too. What?
We had queen g. Oh no, we're in check. Never mind.
We were in check. Yeah.
Okay, I was like, wait a minute.
But good resource to keep in mind, though.
For sure, a lot of resources now. With that, we have a queen, and we're out of the stressful phase. Okay, what about d2? No, d2. We just take the bishop.
5 though.
Yeah, we could play bishop e5 here, and then just try to play. We can't really play f6, although we can actually. If f6, no, queen d5 check, king moves, they take b7.
I think we need something a little spicier if we got it, but probably we don't have it.
By the way, what about rook e8? They'll take d3.
Yeah.
But okay, like, what if we keep the bishop on the long diagonal so that g3 is a target?
We do have multiple pawns for the rook, or for the...
Yep.
Yeah.
Bishop e5, they take d3. We just play...
Problem there is our coordination's quite good.
Yeah. What's a setup? What's a setup we could try to go for?
I really like this f5 move, but f5, queen d3, take e4, they have queen d5. Do we have any chances there with, like, put the rook behind?
King h7 takes f4, rook e8. We don't have a lot of...
Should we? You make the call.
I don't think we should. I think we should keep the bishop on the board and try
to bishop on, yeah.
It was pretty...
Just try to fight.
I'm making a couple moves quick here because I'm like, well, they're going to play knight g. I was trying to give them a chance to blunder with, like, the bishop and rook coming together on g3. That doesn't look like it's happening. Not happening, Bob.
We also have knight g5, queen h3 ideas.
Ooh, I like it. Actually, that's really nice. Rook b8, knight g5. The only way for them to defend f7 is rook f8.
And then
queen h3.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool.
Although queen h3, rook e8, the king kind of escapes.
Oh.
So we might actually want to
just take on b7. b7 then?
Just calculating.
Bishop
queen
f6.
h3, rook e8.
Oh.
Yeah, just take on b7.
Okay.
a6 is now vulnerable.
Queen to d5, bishop c3, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's just make moves.
Everything wins. Yeah. Queen d5. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just make moves first, and then we can
always build up time. I still want to go for this eventual queen h4. Almost have. Again, everything is winning.
Let's push the bishop onto b4 and make that happen. So
okay, queen c4?
Yeah.
Queen, yeah, okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. Queen c4, how about? Black is like almost in Zugzwang, actually, because the king and rook are tied down to the pawn. And yeah, maybe now queen h4. Actually, just move the knight. Like move knight
I'll play
d4.
Yeah, knight d4. What about knight d6?
Yeah, knight d6.
Yeah. And then maybe knight b7.
Looks good.
The other idea there is No, it doesn't work. I was thinking like queen e4, queen e5, knight to e8, and then 8, but that's a very hard setup.
Mm-hmm. We have queen d5. Yeah, queen d5.
Yep.
So now we're attacking the pawn and the bishop. We're preventing bishop d2. Oh, they do have that move. Knight c4.
Thoughts on? Okay. I was gonna suggest knight e4 and then maybe queen e5, but this works too.
Mm-hmm.
Just
yeah,
hitting the pawn.
I guess I'm just being materialistic, going after the pawn.
No, it's good. It's good. I'm just trying to checkmate for no reason at all.
Also a pretty good plan.
Yeah, but it's ambitious.
I actually like the idea of knight e5 though, like going after g6.
Yeah.
Yeah, they may try rook d8.
Okay, just take the pawn with the queen.
Yes. Take a pawn.
We have nothing.
Yeah, that's right.
Last chance. G5, G4, rook E2 check. Bishop into D4, mating net.
Boom. Let's go for it. Oh, they blunder rook d4. Hold up. Hold up, Danny. We might have drawing chances now.
Are they going to take on D4 with the queen?
Oh, if they do that, I think we'd love it. Can they try? No, they can't. I think they're just going to lose a piece now.
Well, at least we can go after G3 now.
Yeah, so they're going to try to win f7. Okay, but we got to take that knight, obviously.
The question is, do we check on D2 and go after the B pawn?
Yeah, check on D2, make them figure out which way they're going to go.
Yeah, and then try to play bishop E5.
Assuming king H3, maybe rook D3, and we can gang up on G3 someday.
Yeah, and if they play queen C4, you play rook C3.
Yes. Or do we like something else here? I think rook D3 is good. We gotta try to create some threats, right?
Yeah.
It ain't over in team chess battle.
It ain't over yet.
Rook D4.
Yeah, kind of sit for a second.
Yeah.
Let them
make them come up with a plan to push the B pawn.
I'd love to play G5, G4, but
G5,
if we
G4,
give up
exactly.
Oh yeah, we can also just go for a draw.
It's so good we won that first game. Like if we
yeah, for sure.
If we drew the first game and then blundered our knight like that. Oh, man.
We would be so sad.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Queen F5 check. I guess it's not.
I kind of like that. Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say I kind of like the idea of playing G4 eventually.
Yeah.
And then as long as our queen is defending the G pawn, black can never win our G pawn.
Right.
And then our king can maybe just run to the king side. So we do allow rook F4, but I would probably just go for queen or pawn G4. Yeah.
All right, cool.
We just don't want to put our king on F2 and allow rook F4 check.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh.
There's also mating ideas with our pawn on G4 now. Like if we get in queen H8, then we mate on H5.
Yep. We also have to be careful we don't put our king on H3 and there's bishop E5 with rook H7, rook H2.
Yeah, like we would still really have to try to lose this.
Yeah. Let's try to not throw. Okay, so rook F4, we just go queen C8.
Yes.
Okay. Because of king G6, we have queen E8. But then they have king H7. I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, we have a lot of like perpetual ideas. The position might still somehow be winning.
I feel like table-based, this is going to be a win, but I don't know if we can figure it out with so little time. Okay, queen
Queen
c8.
c8. Yeah.
I mean, there's probably some setups with being able to play b4 once the rook gets in like a checking range. So
yeah.
Queen c2.
Sure. Queen c2.
If king h6, king g3. Oh no, this bishop b5.
King h6, I'd say just queen c8 and repeat.
Okay, queen c8. Maybe they blunder checkmate.
G6. Okay.
What about just b4? Because if rook takes queen f8.
I like it.
Okay,
Let's
b4.
Nice move. Oh no, my pawn.
Oh no, my pawn.
Yeah, this is b pawn. And Black's king is it's not the best shelter with the double g pawns.
No, I think they're pushing to win, obviously. So just b5.
B5, yeah.
If rook f2, king g3.
King g3, yeah.
And now if rook b2, we play maybe queen to c6 or queen c4.
We also have queen f8. Although, yeah,
I kind of like queen
maybe
f8.
safer.
Wait, queen f8 and then queen to c5, so there's no bishop to e5 check?
Okay, sure.
Okay. Yeah, just blunder check all my stuff. If I...
Queen c.
Where's our skewer?
We can check and remind them we have a draw.
And rook c3?
Yeah.
Type thing? Or, yeah, just give some checks?
Yeah, they're kind of reminding us that they are fine with the draw.
Yeah, we can probe the g-pawn.
How do we do
Check
that?
on c2, rook b2. Round and around. Queen c6, rook b3.
Yeah, if we get the king up and we go win the g-pawn, we're losing. But, fun.
We still have chances, man. Weird stuff happens, right? Time pressure.
Weird stuff happens. That's why we need to get him in time pressure where Eric and Nemo can't be on the same page, and maybe a blunder happens.
Oh yeah, queen h1 is a mate threat.
Yeah. Okay. So king h7.
Let's think. That gives them too easy of a perpetual. I think we gotta go like rook b1 or something, but then they can push the pawn maybe.
What about bishop f6?
They can check us though, right? Queen h1, queen b7.
I don't know what to do here though.
We'll try rook b1.
Yeah, we're running out of resources.
Yeah, I mean, I think they can just push their pawn.
For h1. So maybe now king d3.
King d3, rook d1.
Oh, sorry. Not king d3. Okay. Not king d3. Sorry.
All good. What about just queen c6 now? With no bishop d4 left.
There's bishop e5. What about king d2? I just want to put the king on c2.
Okay. Looks safe to me.
Okay. As long as one of us is blunder checking.
Yeah. If one person suggests move, the other blunder checks.
Yes.
That's the rule. Okay. Rook c, king c2?
There is rook b2.
Then we have king d3 maybe?
Okay. I'm not sure if we're actually making progress, but...
I'm not sure either. King d3.
Yeah, go for it.
And then
They're
if
probably
rook
going to play rook
b1,
b1.
king c4. And then if rook c1, king b4. Because then we can route to the other side of the pawn. Yeah.
Right.
No progress is good progress for us.
Yeah, it's totally fine. Okay, so, I mean, queen d7, we do allow rook d4, but it's winning endgame. Queen d7 keeps everything defended.
What if we just go for perp with queen h1?
That's also possible. It's also queen d6, which is almost winning.
Queen d6 looks
okay.
very
I'm
winning.
fine with queen h1. Queen h1.
Okay.
And then king g7, queen b7.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can play king f8, and if check, king f7.
I think they're just going to push too. Let's play king h6, just repeat once.
Just to see.
See if they want to draw.
How much we want to assert our dominance.
I love it. I'm super open to playing for a win if you wanted to, by the way.
Let's put them out of their misery, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, they might play on, though. They might play like king g8, and Danny's a content guy, so...
Yeah, it's true. Just, okay. If king g8...
I mean, then b6, we're having a pass pawn.
Yeah, because if king to g8, they can't take on b4 anymore because we have queens. Oh, okay, so we can just push, right?
Is there anything concrete?
Push. If bishop to d8, we always have queen to c8.
Yeah, even queen f3 I think works.
Queen f3 work.
Yeah, but
F4.
b6. Let's just go for b6.
Okay.
Yeah, queen c8 comes with some nice tempo.
Yeah, if rook to d4, I'm just going to put it on c2.
E3.
Oh, here, king c4?
I'd lean more towards king c2.
I was thinking we go king c4, king d5, king e6.
Go for it. Looks fine.
All right. I'm just going for checkmate.
Yeah. Just always scared putting my king deep in their territory, but
you weren't last game.
It did work last game. Yeah.
Okay, queen to c8 and b7.
Yes. And now we don't care if we get skewered because the pawn will maybe turn back into a queen.
Oh no, my queen.
Okay,
b7.
Yeah, this is a moment. If they play rook c1 and rook takes c8, we say, oh no, my queen, but oh yes, my queen.
King to d5.
Go for it. It's still some weird like fortress configuration.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, it should somehow be winning.
Queen d7 to kick the king away, so I can go king e6, king f6.
Yeah, start with queen d7, sure.
Yeah, and then king e6.
Just be careful, because there's rook b6.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll play.
I'm surprised they played that move. So now rook d1 is a threat.
Where are we checking? On the B file or on the D file? Ooh, wait.
Whoa, they're playing for checkmate. They're trying to walk their king, Danny.
We're stuck over there. Kind of makes sense.
What do you think? Rook b6?
Rook b6 and if king f7?
Maybe bishop e5 and hope?
Or king h7 and just sit.
And now we're threatening queen c8.
Yeah, queen c8. They want to play rook f6.
Do we care?
Do we have a king g8? That might be the simplest. King g8.
Okay, king g8.
Threatening mate in one. Just make sure, but yeah, just go for it.
No stalemates. Yeah, king g8's a great find. Wow, just going straight for
Unleash
checkmate.
the queen.
Yeah.
it's like a weird move to consider, but gets the job done.
All right,
okay, take the rook first.
Yeah.
Don't take the bishop.
Checkmate on h1.
On h2, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Nice. Let us play it, please. Yeah.
Good job.
Woo! High five. Let's go.
Well done, Nemo. That was
Well
good game
done,
overall.
Eric.
Like we had to, I guess, again keep composure after winning the queen.
We really thought through it. That felt good. That felt really good, honestly.
Yeah.
And with this beautiful checkmate and the little efforts, Team Oh Yes My Queen wins the match fair and square 2-0 total domination. John, how did your experience compare with Anish Giri's?
Well, I think you'd have to kick that to Danny.
How does my experience?
Danny, let me get it straight. Was it all Anish's fault again?
Honestly, thank you for bringing that up, Dina. I think it's fair to say today was Anish Giri's fault. that makes a lot of sense. No, you know what? Team. Yes, my queen played really well. John and I mutually blundered a3, just like mutual blindness. It's hard to know who to blame more on that.
Yeah, I'll take the blame on that one because I was pushing for queen a5, which we thought was good. But yeah, this a3
but you
move
were right. You were right that queen a5 before d3 was fine, though. So I'll take the blame on it. I played d3 and then queen a5. So even though we both didn't understand that our queen was getting trapped on a3, when obviously once they play a3, of course we saw it. We made the decision to sack the queen. But anyway, yeah, that was mutual blunders today, which makes sense. John and I said coming in that our biggest worry was that we're just not the sharpest knives in the drawer anymore. We're kind of we don't play actively that much. We don't play in serious chess tournaments that much. So we were worried about some blunderable opportunities, and that's kind of what happened.
Yeah, like we got good positions to work with in both games, but we couldn't put the whole package together. Which
the first game was kind of like just script. We're like, all right, let's just get some chess position and try to outplay them, and we were doing well. And then we overthought this whole king of two thing instead of just the line we wanted, which was just to take b5 and rook b4. So. But okay, like we blundered, we made some tactical errors, and that's what happened. And I definitely think Anish Giri is to blame, but I'm going to come up with the reason why for when I engage with him on Twitter. Stay tuned.
Would you guys try again this team composition, though?
Hey,
oh yeah,
I love it. This is a ton of fun.
Danny and I are going to see each other IRL soon, so you know we'll get the mojo going there, get some further practice. Absolutely.
You can buy John dinner, Danny.
Well, don't I owe you guys dinner?
Oh, I thought you owned all three of us dinner.
Exactly.
Right. So you can also buy. Okay, so next time all four of us need to meet up in person.
All four of us are together.
Yeah. You're just delaying the dinner bet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, team. Yes, my queen. That was fun. We did the best we could after losing our queen to not let you guys. We were trying to give you training for the next round to make sure you were ready.
Congratulations to you guys. You guys were just sharper today. I think aside from that knight blunder in the end of this last game, you guys were pretty on point with all your calculations.
I think we did get a little bit complacent with blundering the knights, but as long as we didn't blunder our queen, that's what matters.
Yeah.
You did try though, Eric, with that king d3 speculation of yours, but Nemo was there to save you as usual.
Yeah, I did suggest a move that would have blundered the queen, but Nemo spotted it, and I'm grateful
like rook
for that.
d1.
Who blundered the knight? That was fun. We were so excited when you blundered the knight, and then we remembered that we had to win and not draw.
That was honestly, it was honestly like me. Like we were supposed to blunder check each other's moves, but I think at some point we were just like, this is so winning. Even a draw is going to be fine. So we were just kind of like, yeah, whatever.
Just show some mercy.
When reality set in, that even after we won the night, there's no way we were going to win, and we had to win. It was like, well, what are we doing now?
Did you guys see a3 right away? Were you guys like planning that?
Nemo spotted it pretty quickly. Yeah, probably within 5 to 10 seconds because it
just
is the most
going
forcing move.
It was just a very intuitive bullet move. Like I would make that move 100 out of 100 times in bullet just because it threatens the knight and your queen spin. And after that, we just started calculating into it, and it worked really well. So we're happy with it.
Yeah, we were surprised you guys went for queen b5 because that was the type of move we thought that would give us chances, even if it somehow works out for white.
Oh.
But we were happy to get the pawn to d4 and generate some dynamic play.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We were also really happy about queen b5.
I feel like if we play queen a5 instead of d3 first, it's a pretty tricky position there. Because I guess our hope was that if you take d4, we take a2, and maybe we have some chances in the endgame. But the truth is that's probably just fine for white. By the way, the Alapin Sicilian was a great choice. Obviously, putting black in a must-win situation against the Alapin is really tough. So from a practical match perspective, the Alapin was dialed in.
Thank you. Yeah. Neither of us really play the Alapin consistently, but it's a nice surprise weapon once in a while.
So yeah, John and I both play weird, dubious stuff against the Alapin,
which I saw. B6 and D6 were the main.
Opening was all Eric. Yeah, he did amazing.
We kind of suspected as much, and we were like, all right, crap. Like Alapin is a great choice because we're in a must-win situation, and there's no way he didn't look at my D6 and your B6. So we made, I think, the best decision we could to go for a main line. But like objectively, it was a good choice because black just doesn't get a lot of winning chances in those positions. So
right.
Yeah, that was tough. In hindsight, it makes me think like, maybe after e4 we should be playing e5 or something in a must-win scenario. But no, it's tough. When you have to win as black, there's not a lot of great options.
We were half expecting the Scandi, just given your team name, but I guess it didn't quite come up.
Well, when we play a team with you, Eric, we have to account for all the openings that you're scheming to play against.
That's true. That's true.
That was top of the list for sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we didn't quite know like what trap you would come with, but we didn't think the Sicilian was a bad choice. Although, again, John, in hindsight, when we mapped out this idea, we didn't anticipate being in a must-win
in our flurry of texts like 2 hours before the match.
Yeah, we didn't anticipate that we'd be down a game in that Sicilian position. So, Anyway, well, a lot of fun. We hope you guys go on to win. I love when we lose. Anish and I lost to the team that ultimately went on to win with Fabiano and Christian. And so, hopefully you guys go on to win as well. And team Yes, My Queen. Oh, Yes, My Queen. Sorry, forgot the O.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Danny.
Oh, Yes, My Queen goes all the way.
Yeah, we'll try our best. I don't know who we might play next because I haven't looked at the brackets, but all the teams are pretty strong in this competition.
Oh, I got you, Eric. Don't worry.
No.
So
Sagar and Tanya.
you guys gonna face either Tanya and Sagar or Levi and James. Nemo, Eric, who would you prefer to actually play against?
I'm not sure. I'm
honestly
probably.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Both are like quite strong. Levy and Canty have more experience and more like online formats. But Tanya's fresh off like playing the Olympiad and helping India win a gold. So that should be a super fascinating matchup.
All right, that's fair. Well, any predictions for that match whatsoever? Let's say, okay, Tanya, you said. Well, speaking of, actually, wait a second. I'm confusing you. Tomorrow, we have another matchup. Matchup number 3 of the quarterfinals, which is actually gonna be Pepe and Divas against Chess Dojo. Guys, who do you think that one is gonna be in favor?
I think that the chemistry between Pepe and Divas is just off the charts. Although obviously the Chess Dojo, guys literally, they run a virtual chess dojo together. So, they obviously are pretty tight as well. But I've never been more entertained than watching Pepe and Divas do commentary, and I don't even speak Spanish. They are absolutely out of this world hilarious and awesome to watch. So I think I'm kind of rooting for them, despite the fact that Chess Dojo are my boys. I'd love to see Divas and Pepe keep going.
All right. Well, what can I say? Nemo, Eric, any last words for tomorrow's match and your overall ambitions for this tournament?
I'm just looking forward to watching tomorrow's match because I feel like Pepe and Divis are going to unleash all their Spanish commentary. I'm probably going to have to remember how to like understand Spanish before watching tomorrow. So it should be super fun. But also looking forward to next match too.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I just like hanging out with Eric, honestly. Like, Eric is great. He's motivating me to look at a couple of different openings and for this match. And I started doing the Rosen score thing, which you guys should all check out.
Yeah, we did win one Rosen trophy today with our pawn diamond in the first game.
He's helping me farm the Rosen score.
I love that. Well, it was great. Congratulations, guys. Fun stuff. And good luck in the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, congrats, guys. Best wishes in the next one.
GG's.
Thank you, guys. Once again, congratulations to Oh No, Oh Yes, my queen. And thank you all for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow, same time, same place. Tune in for the third quarterfinals. That was me, your host, Women's Grandmaster Dina Belenke, and thank you for watching. Bye!
Got white.
Here we go. We're on
Let's do it, partner.
All right. You know what we're doing.
Bishop G5 as planned.
I love the tension, baby. I love the tension, baby.
Yeah, we just lean into the tension. I think they're going to go Bishop E7, Knight F6. I think they got to think about stabilizing now.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Do this. This is going to be crunch time, so we tried to finesse it too much in this game.
Yeah, we did. We tried to finesse it too much. We had it.
We queen?
Oh.
No, they
didn't let us. It was rook, right? A rook, and then you can
we under promote, but then we move our king with checkmate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Got to go to the end and see.
Okay.
All right.
E4.
Yep. Let's do it.
Going with the plan.
Sicilian. Sicil for the kill. Oh, and they play C3 Sicilian. Okay.
If we B7 Bishop C4 is freaking that's right out Eric Rosen's playbook.
That's a great point. Is A3 winning on the spot?
Okay, we missed this.
We totally missed this. We go down in flames together, buddy.
Good. I'm just trying to checkmate for no reason at all.
Danny, we might have drawing chances now.
Oh no, my pawn.
I'm super open to playing for a win if you wanted to, by the way.
Let's put them out of their misery, I guess.
Okay. Nice. Let us play it, please. Yeah!
Good job.
Woo! High five. Let's go.
Well done, Nemo. That was a good game overall. Like, we had to, I guess, again, keep composure after winning the queen.
We really thought through it.
Well done. Good game, good game. That was well played.
GG.
GG's.